Hello, everybody, and welcome. Today, I'll be starting a new playthrough of Elden Ring. I previously had a playthrough of this on the channel, but I kind of left it to go because my old computer kind of stopped working. So, I'm gonna restart my playthrough from zero, essentially. And I'll be doing this on Thursdays for the most part now. Well, we're gonna start by choosing the Samurai. For a very specific reason. The samurai has the Uchigatana, a bleed weapon, which I need a bleed weapon for what I'm going to try to do. Standard name, keepsake. I guess the fanged imp ashes are the best option. Detailed appearance, alter skin color, degree paler, alter face and hair. Hair needs to be longer. I'll use this one. Hair color needs to be darker. Luster. What does luster do? Root darkness. And less white hairs. Facial hair. Yeah, I need a bit of facial hair. Yeah, that works. Now, eyes. Why is it only the right one that he's talking about? Where's the left one? Oh, it's matched. Okay. I'm just gonna... There. Save to favorites. And there. You're not gonna see the face too much, so I'm not gonna bother with it too much. So, the thing is, a lot of my points aren't gonna, like the points I have right now, aren't actually good for my build. But I need the katana to get my build actually started. Yes. Because this build is gonna be similar to my other playthrough ones. Like my previous playthrough I streamed. It's going to be different though, and I'm not just going to be using magic this time. I'm basically going to be a strength and dragon incantation build. Specifically dragon communion with maybe a few dragon cultist ones. Everybody's seen this cutscene 100 times, I think. Oh, my health pool looks so small now. I forgot how small it looks at the start. Okay, that's bow. Okay, I'm just gonna do that because that was gonna annoy the shit out of me. Okay, yeah, that's the sprint button. Got it. Took me a while to figure it out. What's the dodge? Okay, it's also the dodge button. I just let myself get killed there. Trying to figure out the controls again. I got it mostly down though. But yeah, basically my whole strategy revolves me going, getting the freaking torrent, and then going, getting the spirit summoning bell, and then running my ass as far as I can to Caelid and the dragon barrow. No seed. You know, I don't have to go down there. I could literally just go around. Like, I know the controls for this game already. I at least want to think I know the controls for the game. Hey. Do. Basically, all I'm doing is just skipping the tutorial. Oh yeah, this is a parry shield. Hey, Vare. Fuck. I am indeed maidenless. If that's not the button. And now comes the part where I just skip him, go around. But yeah, I'm basically gonna be going pretty quickly through these early. I'm gonna skip this area for now, and I'll come back later. Because my whole build is literally just gonna be strength weapons in the right hand, dragon like a and a holy seal in the other hand. There it is. Basically, it's gonna be a combined strength build with a faith build. Totally something people haven't seen before, right? Totally not the freaking common ass build. So you sell cookbooks. There's one there was somebody else I was supposed to speak to here. Whatever. I'm gonna continue on. I'm so not used to actually having to run myself. Oh yeah, I can do this. Yeah, the whole reason I'm a samurai right now is because I kind of need his weapon and nothing else. Like, his stats aren't what I would have wanted. Yeah, none of his stats are really in the right place for me. Now just keep running. Get to the Grace. Melina should show up then. Then I run over to what's her face. Yeah. So I'm not going to be putting basically any points into intelligence.
Greetings
Because I'm basically not going to be using sorceries.
from beyond the fog. I am Melina. I offer you an accord.
That looks like a shard of the Elden Ring almost on her face.
Have you heard they serve
Yeah, I know about the Finger Maidens.
turning water aid you? You need her to the foot.
Sure.
Summon me. I bequeath.
Thank you.
Use it. It will summon torrent. Treat him with.
And now I run all the way back to the other area. And then comes the long run to Caelid. Caelid and the Dragon Barrow. Did I not talk to her somewhere? Spirit Summoning Bell. I think I messed up a step or two. Let me go back here then. I'll go back down and do the freaking tutorial if it's gonna want me to. Just give me a second. Via teleporting. Oh, I didn't set the freaking Grace. That explains one of the problems I had. Do. So essentially, I have 4 stats I need to level. which is a lot of stats. Well, actually, technically, it's another stat too, so 5, which would be HP, Strength, uh, what a freaking market. Hello. Yes, I call upon the spectral steed. And now it's time for the long run. Oh, I was in a conversation with her? Oops. Do do do. Yeah, that's not where I wanted to go. Caled should be good this way. Oh, that's another set of grace. Might as well grab them. Actually, yeah, I do need to go farther up. Although, if I'm remembering correctly, in here there's a map thing. Yeah. Okay, so that doesn't pause time. Good to know. I remember some games of doing stuff like that pauses time, but I should have known it's Souls game. Do grub. I missed. Not going back for it. Ooh, that's. Oh, bears. Hey, bears. Nothing stone 1. Artist shack. Keep going down, I guess. Good, the map does keep extending as I go. I don't want to be in the void. And now I head northeast. I'm gonna grab every site of grace I see, by the way, on the way there. In case I get murderized by some random hobo. I'm in the forest now. I don't want to be in the forest. There's giant bears in the forest who will just freaking one-swipe me. That's a giant. Or a troll. Whatever they be called. Church of America. Grab this item. Flask of Wondrous Physique. Good. Always need those items. And now I think up is how to get to Kaled. I think. Oop. Sacred Blade. Oop. And now up again. Basically, my whole build, if I want to get my build early. Oop. Frick. Hinges on me literally just running through these areas. Basically, run through here, get to the Dragon Burrow, kill Greyoll by cheesing it with a bleed weapon to get a few dragon hearts. Because Greyoll's the only dragon I can kill at this low level. And it gives 5 dragon hearts, which is enough for me to start my build. Basically, grab the Roar, grab the Talons. And I'm basically good for a little bit until I can manage to kill either a Geel, Smaragd, or a Zix. See, now she's inviting me to the round table hold.
Forgive me to determine if you had. It seems my torrent, whereas I may. There is but one I can take you. Gathering place.
Okay.
Very well. Let my hand.
Which is something I actually need to do because this is one of the only early ways for the samurai to get a seal. It is the quickest way. Because then I get the Finger Maiden seal, or like the Finger seal or whatever. Which isn't the best, but I could use it for my dragon incantations. The seal I want to get is I just need to find a single death root to get the, what's it called? I don't know why I'm blanking now. Beast claws, like the claw mark seal. Because it scales with strength. How much does the seal cost? Inventory. I don't have enough for the seal. I'll come back. The Table of Grace, much better than the freaking Sight of Grace. So it's over here, and I'm over here. Yeah, Grayl's the only really dragon you could get this early on. So basically, I get Greyol, get his stuff, level myself a bit, probably go through some of Stormveil, and then go after a Geel. And then after a Geel, I might want to try Smaragd. And then I could probably go for, what's his face? Ezix. Okay. Now I literally just have to go around. Basically through all of Caelid. And this time I'm not going to freaking cheese my way through the festival. Because I want to actually get the freaking book this time that lets me make stuff. Lost Grace. Whatever this is, I'm going to grab it. Small golden effigy. Okay. Stick to this way. If one of those dogs come after me, I'm just dead. Because I don't think I can handle a dog. Grayole's Dragon Barrow. Now I just need to find Grayole. And then I can actually use... Another good thing is Grayole gives a lot of runes. Should give me enough to actually get my build. Grayole should be noticeable. Trying to remember which way to go to see them, though. Oop. So right there. Another map. And I need to be over here for Grayole, I think. Oh no, here. Do, do. I think I went too far down. Oh, I think I can see part of the wing. Yeah, that's Grayole. Big dragon. Now I do this. See if that gets me any help. And attack the leg. There's a reason I chose a bleed weapon for this. Attack right here, actually. Because look how much damage I'm doing. Very little. What are they... Oh, they're attacking literally nothing. I'm literally just relying on the bleed. And this is why I had to start with the katana. But I literally just need 10 bleed procs. This is the boring part, though. Because it takes like 2.5 stamina bars ish to get a bleed proc. No, 3 stamina bars at least. Wow. But that's the third, so we actually need 6 bleed procs because. And then I have to work my way over to the downside of Caelid to actually go to the Cathedral of Dragon Communion. Which might have been a better idea to go there first. That way I don't risk losing all the runes I'm gonna get. So I think I'm gonna actually level myself mostly. A lot of faith, a lot of arcane is what I'm gonna need too. Because Dragon Communion needs his base arcane stat. Actually, I could just check what Grail's Roar needs, and that's the stat I'll try to give myself. Basically, I'll only give the minimum stats to use the spell. Because I need the FP to use the spell too. Which I only have like 75, I want to say. FP. You guys are still alive? It's been forever since I've seen you throw a pot. And just chop through this slowly. A really interesting part of this build happens when I can get 2 seals. So when I get the death root too. This thing's gonna die before I get to the next freaking thing. Like, before I get to the next bleed proc, I'm just gonna straight up slash it. Its remaining health. Yeah, last time I started, I was an arcane, like a freaking sorcerer dude. Now I'm gonna give up most sorceries. Oh no, maybe it will have to be the next bleed proc. Also, it has feathers and scales. It dead. Yes. 5 dragon hearts. And a lot of runes. 74,000 to be exact. And basically I'm going strength and dragon communion because there's some things where you can't just freaking plow through with your spells. Okay, I'm now gonna check out what Grail's Roar needs. Grail's Roar. It needs 28 Faith and 17 Arcane. Damn, I don't think I can even get that stat. Yeah, it was 27 Faith and... How much Arcane was it again? Okay, that's a bit of lag that just popped up. 28 Faith. Youch. Even with the amount of souls and whatnot that I got from that. I'll get the Arcane stat first. So I need another 6 faith, and then my other stats can be raised. Use the sacred tear, and leave. And it's hilarious how I literally have no use of any of my stuff now. Okay, I need to go down. Just straight down. Because the thing is I have no spells. So I have this high-ass faith in arcane stat, but I can't even use them. Wonderful, right? Now just run around. So I think the way my stats are going to work is I'm going to get the base stats I need for stuff. Like the minimum amount of faith and arcane for my stats for the build. And then I'm going to pump HP and SP up. Or HP and FP, I guess. Not SP. Ooh. I didn't see that until the last second. Oh, thank goodness I barely freaking made that jump. See, that's the swamp. Yeah, there's where I need to be. I think it's up there? Or is it the castle? We'll see. Hoping it's the Cathedral of Dragon Communion. I think it is actually, yeah. Either it's just a normal ass castle. Is it just a normal ass castle? Oh yeah, I'm very much not where I need to be. I need to be this way. Very much this way. Oh yeah, Torrent can get rotted too, can't he? Gonna want to be careful of that then. Oh frick. I didn't realize I was literally at the end of the thing. So keep running. Oh yeah, Zix is right near this freaking place, isn't he? Avoid the corrupted guys. Because they'll just stab me and it'll hurt. Oop. Another lost grace. That would probably be the Cathedral of Dragon Communion then. Yeah, it is. I know because I see the dragon. Come on, Torrent. Move faster. If the dragon so much as breathes in our direction, we'll die. Because I'm very much in an area I shouldn't be right now. For my level. Cathedral of Dragon Communion. Altar. Ritual of Dragon Communion. I'm gonna learn Rotten Breath. Dragon Claw. Wait. Oh, yeah, I need more faith for that. Rotten Breath. Dragon Claw. And Grail's Roar. I'm only gonna have 2 slotted, though, at the moment. These are the only 2 I can actually use at the moment. Oh yeah, I have to go back to the round table hold. Because I kinda don't have a seal at the moment to actually use the spells with. But yeah, the Rot Breath unlocks the ability to kill a Geel, if I do it right. Well, Rot Breath unlocks the ability to kill a Geel, and, like, Smarag and whatnot. And, like, half the bosses in the game. Finger Slayer Seal. No, Finger Seal, not Finger Slayer Seal. Oop, Memory Stone. Need that. Now get rid of the shield, because I'm very bad with shields. Like, incredibly, incredibly bad with them. I don't know why, it's just, I suck completely with shields. Rot Breath, Dragon Claw. Uses 36 of my FP versus uses 24. I can do 3 hits with the Dragon Claw, and that's it.
Well, the honor of one. By the way, she's my servant. Take your eyes off you find her.
Oh. I was used to somebody being here, but apparently I haven't got that far in the storyline yet. Strength and Armament. Finger Steel +1, just for that little bit more scaling. And now we go back to Limgrave. It only took about 40 minutes, so I'm definitely not speedrunning this. Considering it's already 40 minutes in and I'm just, what, barely at going to kill the Tree Sentinel? Like, Rot Breath in this game is overpowered as shit. Oh yeah, you can't use it well on horse, can you? And yeah, that was my whole FP bar right there. I'm gonna die. Not sure how I haven't already. Oh, I don't even have enough. Yeah, my build's a problem. I've noticed a problem with my build. Very, very quickly. I don't have the FP to actually keep doing any of my stuff. This actually sucks. Okay. It's more of the fact I can't use Raw and Breath while on the back of this that's the problem. Let's go clear out the town then. That should give me a level up or something. But yeah, I'm gonna kinda ignore my HP for a bit, I think. I don't want to have to ignore it, but I need FP. Because this is going to be my full FP bar here, watch. That's the whole ass FP bar. To kill one dude. That's the thing with Dragon Communion incantations. They guzzle your FP. Like, they just freaking drain that shit like no tomorrow. Yeah, and I'm nowhere close to being able to get another level, so... Fast charge. FP. Wait, I have a sword. The whole reason I got the sword is so I could do... and not be completely reliant on my FP bar. I need to remember why I made this build. The idea for my build was literally going to be me using a very heavy weapon to stun stuff, as well as combining with incantations. Like, see, one Dragon Claw just destroys these guys. Thing is, I can only cast 3 Dragon Claws on a full FP bar. I'm trying to figure out what the best way to come at this is. That seems like a decent way. Oop, he's gonna be a problem. Or is he? Also, that's the reason why I'm planning on getting a second seal. Is because you can freaking dual wield seals and just freaking Dragon Claw back and forth until you've basically run out of FP. Hyper armor. Gotta love it. Also, is it just me or did that guy take more hits than the freaking heavy armor dude did? This should be where the wet blade is. Storm Stomp and Whetstone Knife. Okay, who else is left alive in town? You who will just murder with just a normal sword. Oh, here come the people. Oop. Yeah, combining dragon incantations with melee is pretty good. It also means I should try to find a weapon that scales with faith. Because there's a faith seal that scales with strength, so all I need to do now is find a freaking strength weapon that scales with faith, too. That probably gave me nowhere near enough for a level, did it? I need to do that 4 times if I want a level. Not happening. Let's get up to the next level. Not like this place is hard to get through. Considering you could literally just run through it. There's gonna be sky wolves, though. Ooh, seed. Gold seed. Good. The sky wolves. Yeah, they're there. I freaking missed. It's just freaking wolves, man. Lost grace discovered. If I sit at the grace, I'm immune to all harm. Jump, jump, jump. Stone sword key.
Everyone who came, only to have, did you know? It's quite a lot.
Talk.
Heading to some enticed. Oh well, that. But I don't have. It's scary, you know, having your. I want nothing. Oh, I know. Can you take?
Ooh, jellyfish.
It'll be glad. It will. Tell them I'm finally getting the hang of this whole pain. It was a pleasure to. Oh, can you pass on a message for me? Tell them I love them. And that I'm finally getting the hang.
Okay, now I'm gonna head north, I think. Okay, good. That's the map showing up now. Trying to remember, is it north that I need to go? Yeah, over to here, I think, is where I find the death guys. Break, break. Start collecting the golden runes. Because you're always going to need runes in this game. That guy was almost faster than me when I was on the freaking horse. Yeah, this guy sells Ashes of War. Which ones do you have?
Not seen names, but let me ask, are you here or does your despite
My faith holds firm.
me penny in shoreline? Now's the time.
Stamp. Kick, Endure, Warcry, Spinning Slash. Parry, Stormblade. Stormblade doesn't seem too bad.
Not floating your boat.
How do I freaking use an Ash of War anyways? Oh, I know how to use it. You have to have a shield on the right side that actually lets you use it. If I'm remembering correctly. Oh, this is not what I thought it was. yeah, this isn't what I thought it was. Very much not. So just keep running, I guess. You can solve 90% of your problems in this game by just running away from them. Sorry, Alexander. I have to leave you for now. I'll be back for you, friend. And now I run by the pumpkin head. What's it gonna do? It can't catch me. Hey, what do you sell?
Oh, am I? Are you here as a
Hey. Something that actually sucks, though, is that has occurred to me multiple times. If I would have started out as a different starting character, I would have had enough. Like, I would have actually already had enough for the Grail's Roar spell. Oh, goody, it's death. Oh, yeah, I remember now. The reason I was going over this place is because there's a piece of death root. If I can kill the thing the death root is with. Which I want to say I can't at this point. I will try, though. One try. If it works, it works, and if it doesn't, I leave. I have to hope this guy can be freaking rotted, essentially. Where'd he go? Please be rotted easily. And now my goal is literally just to have him die by his own. This is like my number one strategy in these games. Freaking rot an enemy and let it die. Because look, it's gonna lose like half its health. Like at least half of its health. Come on, die. It takes a while though for this to happen. But if I want the right seal, I kind of have to just let him die. Should I literally just... Like, this is gonna save me so much time. Deathroot, Skeletal Militiaman Ashes. Oh yeah, I needed that single Deathroot. Bestial incantations. Oh, that's a lot of blood loss. I'll come back to this village. But yeah, I need FP. My things use way too much FP for me not to have more. So I guess I go over here, Fort Faroth. I guess there's another place where I could go to get a, what's it called? Godskin seal. But I'm not sure if I'm going to be using, well, I am going to be using some Godskin incantations, maybe. They aren't as good as the Rot, but they can be used well on a horse. That is literally the advantage of them. Inventory, use selected, use all three of them. Hope that's enough for a level. It should be. Now, level up. It's not enough. It's 6,000 I need for level, not what I thought it was. Damn. That's coming around to bite me in the butt for starting out as a freaking samurai to get that quickly. I get it quickly, but then I realize the amount of time I'm going to have to spend grinding to get the actual stats to use the spell. Might actually counteract the time I saved. Didn't think about that before I started. Probably should have. Well, too late now. At least Samurai has decent physical stats. Which I do need the physical stats, as my build is going to be somewhat of a hybrid. Okay. So I literally just need to get down here. Get down here, go around. I'm surprised it didn't just... Wait. I was going the wrong way. I was going on the lower path. Oh, that's a dragon. The flying dragon. I keep on forgetting there's a lot of them around here still. Even after I murderize their mother. I'll run, grab. Oop. Yeah, I have to go around still. Higher up, maybe. Can't believe I'm keep on messing up this. At least my damage is enough right now. This might be somewhere I don't really want to be. Wait. No, I did want to be down there. Shit. My brain keeps on messing me up. I'm gonna have to just run by this, or I will get murdered by whatever lives here. Yeah, by that. What I'm aiming for is right over there. Wait, I have to cross a bridge with a dragon on it. Hey, look, another dead dragon. There's lots of those around here. Need to be at full freaking health. Because this thing hits me twice and I die. Flying Dragon Grail. Okay, he didn't hit me once. That's good. Now I have to deal with the next enemy that's in my way of getting the seal. And hope that it doesn't murder me. Like that big thing right there. Because that's what happens. I get touched once, slightly. And I just explode into a pile of gore. First time I died in this playthrough. Well, died properly. How close to him is my... Oh, my runes are right freaking there. And I was just... Okay. I'm trying the old strategy of just walk around it. Oh, I'm gonna die the moment I get out of this cutscene. Roll, roll. Haha. I should have taunted the damn thing. At least I got the Sight of Grace down. I laughed at him and then he just freaking showed me that he had a ranged attack. Yeah, my build's gonna be really wonky at the start because I have to. First off, I have to freaking. First off, I had to get the actual dragon incantations. Now I have to get my stats actually semi balanced. Here's a death root. The eye and claw. How good is the claw mark seal? 115 because that's worth face scaling. Let me try something though. Something I was told I could do. You could just walk down enemies that way. So, yeah. Any little secrets? Well, yeah, that's the first death root I've given him. I need to give him a total of 10 to get all of them, if I remember correctly. And now I've got to this guy. And now I need to go find a place to level. let's go here to level. Because yeah, I need today. My whole goal is gonna be to try to level up a few more times. Next time I'm gonna try Margit. These guys give me 1,000 per run. Oh yeah, I never looted this thing. I kind of in the middle of casting my incantation I've been using for a while. And now's when you decide to tell me about attuning them? Wait. You've got to be shitting me. Oh, it requires about the same stats I actually have, though. Never mind. I was gonna say, you could literally just run right here and get a freaking bleed weapon. But I would have needed to put stats in. Which was even more dexterity than I have now, and I don't really want dexterity. Dexterity is one of the stats I'm kind of just gonna ignore. So first hit knocks the shield away, second hit crushes him into a pile of dust. That seems to be how this freaking thing works. It basically one-shots them if they don't have a shield out. Or even if they do have a shield out in case of that guy. That was a terrible idea, I think, actually. Now I have to freaking manually murder these. I thought I murdered you. Smithing stones. There's a wolf and a guy left. I'm gonna run in and loot this, though. Smithing stone 1. Semi worth it. Glass. Add charge. Level up. Still can't level up. So I have 82 FP right now. And it'll give me what? Like a few FP? I want to say it's this first few levels give you like 5. Yeah, get everybody together. Then I can just raw and breath 1 down the center. Oh, I'm almost dead. These guys... I'm almost dying to random mooks. And kill both? Yep. Now I should have enough to level up. I would hope. Can see how much FP it gives me. If it gives me an appreciable amount, I'll level up FP. Otherwise, I'll just get faith to the, or not faith. Is that literally only 3 FP? Never mind. I'm gonna increase faith then. I think get faith up to the point where I can at least use the good spells, even if only for a single hit. I'll run over here. You know, I think I might be able to actually murder the tree sentinel dude now. Okay, that's very much not the spell I needed to be on. Oop, back up. Oh, I'm just gonna die here. You know what? Screw you guys. Oh, that's not the wrong. That's the wrong button. The wind up on these attacks. Yeah, Dragon Claw is actually better for the point I'm at. Because the other spells take way too much FP to the amount of damage they deal. So yeah, I'm gonna go kill the tree sentinel, see how much runes it gives. Because I can't start leveling up HP until I have at least 15 FP and 28 faith. Then I'll start leveling up HP. So, strategy. Run over. Summon the imps. Please don't die to that. And now I fight it on foot. Ow. I really need more HP. Like, I need more HP, I think. Wait. Someone just broke down behind me. I think he broke the freaking wall, like, building down. So it seems like I'm gonna do the old Rotten Breath trick. I'm pretty sure I rolled that. Okay, there's no use trying to heal in this fight. The time it takes me to heal, he just hits me again. So that bonfire just, or the freaking site of grace just in time there. So, strategy number 2. Imps. Drink. Rot. Oh, I'm in a crevice. No, please get rotted. I can hear him freaking doing stuff behind me. Now the goal is just to survive. That's the gloriousness of rot. You get the enemy rotted, you live for like the few minutes it takes for the rot to kill it, and you win. Oh, the freaking imps actually got a bleed off on the tree sentinel. Good job, imps. And tree sentinel's doomed. Good job. Equipment. Golden halberd. Hey, it's a faith strength weapon. I need 30 freaking strength, though. Yeah, that's not happening anytime soon. Also, that wasn't even enough for me to get a level. Like, I honestly think I would have gotten more if I would have just kept grinding these guys over here. But yeah, it's going to be how the early part of this game is going to go, I think. Because I have no range I could use on my horse. It's a cavalry member. And a Geel lives near the lake. I'm trying to remember where a Geel comes from. Okay, you only give me 19. You're not worth killing. Yeah, where does a Geel fly down from? Because I know once you get close to the center of that lake, a Geel comes down from somewhere. Okay, I got determination. And I'm going to die for that determination. Because freaking lock-on in this game is bizarre. Yeah, don't try to use that spell. That spell sucks. Frozen raisin. Okay. I need to break down all these skulls. Somber smithing stone, yada yada. Ooh, there's a graveyard over here if I remember correctly I could just go and loot. That might give me some good stuff. Which side is the graveyard on? The other side, I'm guessing then. But yeah, I might not be streaming this game every week. Thursdays is basically just my whatever I feel like streaming that day. Rune 1, Rune 2, Rune 1, 1, 3. That looks like all the runes. Okay. That might be enough altogether to give me maybe one level. Sorry to do this to you guys. Not sorry, actually. Rune fragments and row of fruit. Come on, I need more big runes. Golden rune 1. Oh, this is an Evergaol. What Evergaol is this again? Not the fire thief one, right? Forlorn Hound. Okay, it's not the one I need then. I think my stats in this playthrough are actually going to be better than they were in my last playthrough for my all-around stuff. In my last playthrough, I started out as the astrologist, which I didn't end up using my sorceries after a certain point, like at all. But at least this one, physical stats are always useful. For when you run out of your freaking spells and have to freaking run in and shove your sword in the enemy's face. Because that will always happen. You will always eventually run out of your spells. Inventory. I'm gonna use these while I wait for these guys to fight and kill each other. Actually, why am I watching? Let me get involved. Because this kills both of them. And now I run in and smack you once. Lord Sworn Bolt. And I have enough for another level, I think. That is good. Sliver of meat. Oh, those meat slivers. I wasn't trying to freaking lock onto that thing. Let me just rot the crab. Crab didn't get rotted, never mind. Now it's time to run. Because the crab will destroy me. At least it's not a crayfish. Crayfish in this game are evil. Oh, that's a large group of people. Oh yeah, this group. I could maybe get some easy souls from the giants. How much FP floss do I have? That might be enough. We'll see. Now drink. I guess on my other playthrough, I could only manage like a single good breath. Like a single good one of his Eats Decay before I freaking ran out of charge anyways. So it's not like my charge is like too much lower than it is on the other profile. I do a shit ton more damage though, because one breath would have already killed these guys. Like one breath on my other profile would have had these guys like half dead. Keep on making mistakes and almost fall into my doom. See, that's how you get some easy souls. I'm just gonna go down this way, hope they freaking de-aggro. Nope, they're not going to de-aggro. Great axe. If I could get a freaking... Ow. I was about to say, if I could get some phase scaling on that great axe, it might be good. Because I'm going for... Actually, wait. If I want heavy attacks, I have my Dragon Claw. Oh yeah, this area. Yeah, I'm just gonna ignore you. You're not worth my time. Now level up. But yeah, it's either 3 FP or I could get freaking more damage. And actually get the stats I need to use the freaking things. Because I'm pretty sure 17 Arcane is essentially good for me for this playthrough. So I don't think I need any more FP. Or not FP, Arcane. Because I think... I'm gonna have to check the other dragon incantations, but I think Grail's Roar has the highest Arcane requirement. Also, yeah, I'm gonna go find a freaking Site of Grace over here instead of way the hell over there. Because I could literally just use these guys to level. I will do it again, though. Just because I kind of want to speed this up, so breathe. Like, look, I get like 1,000 per. And all I have to do is breathe at them a few times. So where's the site of grace? I remember being over here. That it right there? That's not a site of grace, it's literally just... There it is. So basically, my plan is to get 28 faith, so I could use Grail's Roar. Next plan, get 15 FP, and then I'm going to equally level between FP, health. Oh wait, I have 4 stats I need to level, so yeah, equally level between the 4 of them. Equal levels between faith, FP, or no, strength I only, my brain is kind of exploding right now as I think about this, but yeah, I'll equally level the 4 stats after I get 15, at like 15 focus. The whole thing is I need to get 15 focus first. Like the 28 faith and 15 focus, and then equal levels. Because I need to have the faith so I can actually use all the spells I will be finding. And I need FP so I can be casting more of the spells. And then it's going to be equal levels because at that point, it's literally just refining the build more. Here we are. If I remember correctly, my faith is currently at 24. I'm going to try to get it to at least... Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'm not going to end stream until I have 28 faith. If I'm doing it this way, it shouldn't take too long, considering like what... Actually, I have 6,700 right now. Runes. How much do I get per killing of the 2 giant trolls? Okay, so I get 2,000 per killing. So I need to do that run about another 4 times. About another 12 times to get around 28 faith. Yeah, I read another 24 or 12 times. Give or take 2. I know this isn't the most efficient route right now, but it's the easiest route. And I guess if I do eventually get enough strength, I will use the golden halberd. If I can get enough strength for it. Which will take a long time. Like, I'm gonna be like, I want to say level 80-ish at least before I can get to that. At the very least. Probably closer to level, like... Probably actually close to level 100. Because I need 20 levels of strength. And if I'm doing it equally, that requires at least another 80 levels, yeah. So 100 and something is when I'll be able to do it. It's basically golden halberd in the right hand, and dragon magic in the other hand. Nice. And relax. But yeah, today was basically just me getting my build somewhat started before I do the rest of the game. Because I want to have a basic build before I go for Margit. Or Morgott, or whatever the frick his name is. Pretty sure it changes a few times. So a single rune 2 gives me, or rune 1 gives me 200. These giants give me 1,000 apiece. So these two giants together are worth about 10 rune 1s. You know, this really happens when I start actually running it out of FP before I run out of stamina. Because yeah, if my FP increases by 3 a level, increasing it by another 4 levels will give me about another 12. Which is about another 8th or so. That drops down pretty rapidly though. I think this is going to be another level up after this run, so I'll then have 26 faith. Might be a bit boring what I'm doing right now. Me just essentially getting a somewhat build ready before I get any further in the game. Endurance is a stat I'm probably not going to be leveling up too much. It's a good thing that the samurai has a good starting endurance. But I'm probably not going to put too many extra points into it. And the last little breath. No, I don't have enough for another level. Grail's Roar is a pretty good AoE thing. It is good for starting a combat. But I already have the Raw and Breath to start the combat too, I guess. Okay. But yeah, I'm probably going to end stream when I hit 28 faith. Actually, what level am I right now? 33. Okay, then. I did get a lot of levels from Grail, I guess. And now breathe. These guys are pretty weak to Scarlet Rot. It might not be that they're weak to it, and that they just don't have any resistance to it, though. Oop. You come back here. That's another 300. But yeah, I could kill this whole group and get more runes, but I think it's actually more efficient just to do the 2 giants and then leave. And maybe it isn't, I don't know. I'll try it next time. Hmm. That was weird. Bird outside my window trying to decide to knock on the window. Okay, 26 faith. Actually, how much does that actually increase my spell buffer? It gave me like 2 additional spell buff. Makes me wonder whether the claw seal will actually be better when I get my strength started leveling. But yeah, with the level that my strength's at, it's gonna take me a while. Wait, actually no, it's only 3 stats I need to level, so it won't be until around 100. Actually, yeah, it still will be around 100. It'll be almost exactly 100 actually. Because I'm level 34 right now, I believe. And it takes another 2 levels here. And then it's going to be another 4 levels on the other thing. Yeah, I'm just going to... My brain is not calculating it the way I'd want it to. It takes another 60 levels after I get the Faith. At least another 60. Wait, no, it is 4 levels. What am I thinking? It is 4 stats I'm leveling. What am I thinking? I already took the Arcane off. I should just stop trying to double check my work in my head. Man, it's not working. Because, yeah, I need at least those 4 stats of health. Well, I could technically drop it down to only 3, but I'd be giving up the whole melee part of my build. Which the melee is going to be for when I run out of FP. And need to clear a level. Because my FP is only really good on, like, boss enemies for the most part, it seems. Also, I don't actually have any tears in my Wondrous Physique. So maybe I should solve that after this. It's another 1,000. So either next round or the round after I'll have gotten another level. And then it's only like 5 more to go. And then I can roar at enemies. But the thing is, I realize this now, is I don't have the slots to put in Grail's Roar with what I already have. That's kind of a problem. Because, yeah, I only have one extra slot. So I'm going to need to find another slot somewhere. Which I guess you can only get a total of 10 slots total in the game. Of which most of mine are going to be Dragon Incantate, like Dragon Communion. That's how I'm going to get my damage types. Because Dragon Communion for the bosses in large groups, and then Melee for just singular guys. So yeah, I think I need another 5 rounds. Which each round takes about 2 minutes, so another about 10 minutes for the stream. Do I actually have enough to level up now? Yes, I do. So almost exactly 5 more. Specifically, it should be 4.5. So I could probably shorten it to 4 if I manage to kill some extra mooks. But yeah, I'm really grinding before doing stuff because my other profile I'm so far in and I'm not used to weak characters. I want to at least get the build, the basics of the build at least. There. Okay, why aren't the button working? I hit the enemy, but not in a good way. There. Oop, this is gonna be a problem. This is very much gonna be a problem, actually. Unless he just stands there and takes it. He did, but I didn't manage to kill him. Unfortunate. So yeah, another 4 runs. Or not 4, 3 runs. If I kill the horse guy each time. But yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do FP specifically by itself anymore. I think I'm gonna start leveling the stats up equally after I get Faith. Up 1 more. So Faith is gonna be the stat that's highest, always. It's always gonna be at least about 17 higher than every other stat. until it hits max. Then obviously the other ones are gonna start catching up. But it's gonna be a while before freaking Faith gets maxed. Considering when Faith's at 20, 28, which would max level is 99. So 71 times 4. I want to say it's going to be 284 levels before Faith gets maxed. So yeah, Faith not getting maxed anytime soon. Still 284, pretty high level. Considering if you really want to, you can max Faith before level like 100. The basically one-shot build. You one-shot every enemy, but you also only get to attack once. Now just jump, run back a few feet, and attack. I actually didn't rot the one on the right this time. Almost the one on the left that gets away. Okay, now the one on the left needs to die. The guy on the horse should come check. He didn't come forward. At least he wasn't forward enough. Oh well. Last run. I'm much higher level this stream than I was the last time I played this game. Like my first stream of the other playthrough, I didn't even reach like level 20 before I ended. That's because I was doing a lot of running around looking at the new interesting things. Versus this playthrough, I already know most of the things. Like how if I get a few Stone Sword Key, I could go get the freaking Dragon Communion Seal. Which is really good for me because a 15% boost on all Dragon Incantations essentially, for me, goes into here's a 15% boost to your damage. Or at least most of your damage. Those turn pretty good, actually. Can't see my eyes, which is unfortunate. Now kill them. And yep, that guy's just gonna die to the Scarlet Rot. Sucks to be you. And that's enough for my final level. I'm gonna go over here and try out Grail's Roar in the town. Is that Night Cavalry? Yep, I need to remember this spot now. Knight's Cavalry spawns there at night. Good to know. I have never actually fought a Night Cavalry member. I don't think I have, at least. Actually, I might have killed them once. Trying to remember. Level up. 28 Faith. And now Vigor, Mind, Strength, Faith. Vigor, Mind, Strength, Faith. Or I could get these ones. Yeah, I'm going to put one extra into Mind, so it could be equal Vigor, Mind, and Strength with Faith much higher. I'm just going to remove this one for now. How much FP does this guzzle? I'm going to run over here. Wow, I get one cast. That's a lot of faith, or a lot of freaking FP. And now it goes in the box for a while, because I can't afford the FP cost. Because Dragon Claw gives me more damage for the same FP. I still do find it interesting that I can just do this. You can walk the claws. But yeah, that's going to be all for this stream. Thanks for coming. I'm going to be streaming Elden Ring occasionally. Probably not next week, because next week there's a lot of stuff coming out that I like. But yeah, hope you did enjoy it. I hope to see you again next time. Goodbye.